Hey there, gang. So in one of my recent videos, I featured a build that uses the new buffed Furtive Chase and Unbound, and y'all, it got me so excited, I just couldn't wait any longer. I just had to try out the build now in the current patch, even if these perks themselves are weaker than what they're going to be. So we don't have Unbound, as I'm sure y'all notice in this build, and it's because, yes, at 5%, the perk is just that bad. It's not worth including. But you look at Furtive Chase, right? It's still worth keeping in there purely because of that undetectable status, especially if we're going to be sending ourselves to Lery's, because for whatever reason, the developers, when they said that this was going to be 20%, it hasn't happened yet. It's still a almost near guaranteed percent chance of being sent to the map offering of your choice. So we're going to be sending ourselves to Lery's using that undetectable status effect. But that's not really the whole point of this build. There's a lot more that really pull this together. In fact, it's also Friends to the End and Nemesis that really complement Furtive Chase and allow us to cycle that undetectable status and basically make us like a stealthy assassin. That's kind of why I like to call this build, in fact, the Assassination clown build, because you basically mark your survivors, the obsession, you mark them for death, you hunt them, seek them out, kill them, and then you pick a new target, right? So it's really, really cool in that way. We'll be doing a longer video about this later on, but yeah, you basically, the idea behind the build, in short, is you hook the obsession. It's going to give you a new obsession target from Friends to the End. That survivor is going to scream as well, but because of Nemesis, you're going to see their aura for 10 seconds with Lethal Pursuer. Normally it's 8, and you just go right for them, right? When your undetectable status effect expires after 18 seconds, they will be oblivious for 60 seconds, so you've still got that little buffer where they're not going to hear your terror radius. You're just going to have a red stain in front of you. So once this expires, be mindful of your red stain, right, when you're going around corners and turns and things of that nature if you're trying to be stealthy. But yeah, it's a very fun build. It's not super meta, as I'm sure you noticed. There's no gen perks, but very, very fun, especially if you send yourself to an indoor map. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, true, gang. Alright, who are we after? Hattie, right? Is this Hattie? Don't tell me I fucked up and that's Hattie back there. That's a thing. Damn it. There she is. Bruh. Bruh, why? Why are we doing this, man? Come on. I literally just had, fucking lethal. Oh, there she is. Good. We need these. He's gonna rotate hard, rotate. Probably still hard rotating, I wouldn't blame her. Dude, look at that hard rotation. Damn, she's rotating so hard. Holy shit. Damn, she rotated off the fucking map! Not really. That's still very hard rotation. Alright, let's see. I know you're my target, by the way. Her pathing is really good. Wow. It's actually got really good pathing. Kind of like it. No. That's not good. You're not even gonna attempt dropping the pallet? I'm trying to create line of sight blockers, by the way. I don't want them to know what the fuck I'm doing.
Oh! Yeah! Oh!
You know, I probably should technically drop her, right? My man thinks I don't know the pages in this book, dude. He thinks I'm like, he's like, oh, you're doing this. It's like, okay, like, thankfully I can just like flip through the pages a lot quicker. There we go.
Hey.
Now, this is my assassination clown build here. You mark them for death. That's why I call it assassination, because she's marked for death, y'all. Stupid fucking game, dude. Ooh. That's cute fucking dead art, I'm not gonna lie. Shame I actually wasn't ready for... I don't know what to say about that one, gang. Wait, so does that mean I can hit him next? Damn, that's crazy. Watch, they're not even gonna know, I bet. Oh, you don't have a locker now, baby girl. Oh, you're the obsession. You're not my target. Perfect. That's actually amazing. I take this outcome. I take this outcome 100 times out of 100. Yes. Thank you. Stun into down? Yes. Now what? Like, what is she? She dies now. Oh shit, she's got the DS, gang. We're doing too well. Now I'll hook his ass. Hey, guess what? Feng, I can still find you with this guy. Y'all, isn't it so nice that we have literally 600 Lery's map offerings? Are y'all ready for like a whole stream of this shit? Like, I'm ready for a whole comfy stream of this shit. I'm not even kidding, y'all. I'm ready for a whole stream of this shit. All Lery's all the time. No, this is pre-buff, great. Great, this is pre-buff. Sorry, I know I'm a little bit behind on some messages. Yeah, y'all, just imagine when they buff Furtive Chase to be double. They're gonna literally take it from 5% to 10%. It is doubling the perk's effectiveness. Like, y'all, we are going to be doing so good. Look at their builds, too. Look at their builds. Actually, a decent builds. Undergrounds and agitation. That's not a build I would put together. It feels like a whole lot of... Look at that, they're wholesome. So this was a match of complete and utter shenanigans, and I'm always here for it. I love using this build. It is just so damn funny to see how survivors like react to being caught off guard by being undetectable, by having the terror radius suppressed. You know, that was why I was talking with the Adam in the post game. I was like, how did that feel? Because you know it must be like pretty crazy being on the receiving end of this and just like having Clown pop up right in your face, you know? Kind of like when Hattie at the end, when she was just feeling that that pump, the blood pump, and then I just kind of just like stare at her like, what are we doing? How's it going? You know, it's just like at that point it's like, well, shit. Oh man, it's so funny. But you know, I want to kind of put emphasis on the fact that a lot of not just the enjoyment, but the viability, one might say, from this build, right? If there's anything to be gained from using this in like a DVD contextual manner, it's the undetectable. You know, we weren't catching up to survivors with crazy chase endurance like I was talking about with both the new buff Furtive Chase and Unbound, right? Especially since we don't have Unbound, and you know, I mentioned it's just so bad in its current state that even if we brought it, it wouldn't have helped us attain this goal anyways, right? But yeah, you know, going into this post buff, we would have this chase endurance where survivors, even though they have all these windows, it's like, fine, we're going to keep vaulting them too. We've got our double buffed pinks. We're going to be pinking you while we still basically are yellowed ourselves without having to waste time with the yellows. And that's going to allow us to eventually catch you, and then we're going to down you, and we're just going to repeat the snowball cycle, you know? But right now, we don't really have that. We're relying on Lethal Pursuer for that extra aura reading from Nemesis, and in very, very small circumstances, that extra 2 seconds from 10 to 12 and Friends to the End. But, you know, other than that, when it comes to, like, for example, what are we gaining from Furtive Chase? Being undetectable, and that's probably about it. You know, we're not really, 5% haste is hardly anything. It's even in the context of it being 18 seconds, it's really not much. 10% completely different, you know, especially when, like I said, going back into context, that's the same thing as 3 base kit yellow bottles. So it really all adds up when you do hit that magic number of 10%. But at the current moment, when you don't have that, you kind of have to interpret and take advantage of things differently when it comes to what the perks provide you. And, you know, that's what we did. We played super stealthy. We caught these survivors off guard. We had quick chases, essentially, because of survivors not knowing where we were at when we knew where they were at. We got more value out of that than actually being faster or anything. So that's just something I want to take into account. I want y'all to take into account pre-patch. Things will change post-patch. I'm excited to showcase that post-patch like I did on the PTB. But other than that, I'd say that just about wraps everything up. These survivors had some pretty good builds, but it doesn't really matter when you can't really take advantage of a syringe or a styptic because Clown walks up behind you in a corner, If you're interested in learning how to play Clown better, I have a very detailed Clown guide that'll be sure to link in the description. And I also stream live on the weekdays, usually Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm trying to look into a schedule of 12 p.m. Central to 6 p.m. It's a little bit kind of here or there, depending on queue times and stuff like that at the current moment, But yeah, also, if you really like this content, I really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe, not just for yourself, so you know when I post new videos and when they go live and things like that, but also because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. The YouTube will start to push my videos to more people, which means I can help more people and teach about the game, and that's one of the things I like about doing this stuff, making these videos is helping people. So other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Later, gang.